What's happening, everybody?
What's up?
Welcome to Wither and Bloom Studios. We are here tonight to play Daggerheart in our Emberfell world, which should prove interesting, I think.
Get the flame sword.
What? Get the flame sword. Yes, get the...
Rich went like this, and I said, go get it.
Daggerheart.
That would be awesome. So we want to make a few quick disclaimers before we get started with our game tonight. One is we're still learning this game. The game is in open beta test, and it is continuously improving. We've run a couple of sessions of this in the past, which you can go to our YouTube channel and see. But we enjoy kind of mucking our way through this and figuring it out. I find it particularly challenging. Not challenging because the game isn't well written, but as a DM who's spent his whole life in Dungeons and Dragons and a few other games, this one, especially going live on a Twitch and YouTube stream, is kind of intimidating. But I like that this is just about narrative and it's just about flowing with it. So let's just see what happens.
Let's fluff it up.
Let's do it. Are you guys ready?
Hell yeah.
Yippee!
Sure.
All right. I can't wait. Okay, so I think the first thing we're going to do is you guys have the opportunity to go back and watch our session 0, which was last week's live that we did. It was kind of an impromptu thing. We had no plan to do this, but here we are.
Not at all.
So I would like to read a little introduction to all of you to kick this game off. Can we start there?
Please do.
And then once I do that, I'll have you guys go around the table and talk about who you are.
Yay.
Beautiful.
All right.
Lovely.
Scary.
Scary? Here we go.
Spooked.
Emberfell is a continent on the planet of Atania. This continent has an abundance of life and a robust economy. From the infinite number of port towns along the southern coast of the Sea of Dodor to the mining operations in the Oxide Mountains in the center of the continent, Emberfell packs variety. The diverse population across its reach represents a complex and evolved society, and many a city across these lands boasts a harmonious existence because of it. This nicely adorned picture is not without its flaws, however. To merely look upon Emberfell as a wealthy and equitable land would do much disservice to those who have suffered at her advancements. When a population is spread across an enormous landscape, it becomes difficult to govern the far-flung regions, and there are plenty of places that escape the watchful eye of the authoritative bodies. These places can have sordid histories, exploited peoples, and be rather dangerous to the unfamiliar. To the east, tucked deep in the Galdiak Bay, lies a town called Horseneck. The combination of the lower elevation and proximity to the ocean makes Horseneck a damp and often mist-covered town. Fog often prevails here, but it is not a depressing weather phenomenon. Rather, it is a more romanticized aesthetic feature of the landscape. A diffusion allowing the buildings to softly exist among the sounds of the harbor. Horseneck has a strange system of citizenship. Life here resembles a membership in an odd club of sorts. See, the townsfolk grew tired of people moving in that had nefarious ways. So a law was passed that anyone who lived here became part of an association of self-governance. All residents, shop owners, politicians, and citizens had to leave a key on file with the keymaster so that their homes and businesses could be inspected at any time. Now, this sounds rather imposing, but the residents of Horseneck claim they have nothing to hide and that the intrusions are welcome. It keeps the less savory people out. Now, I'd like to turn it over to all of you to introduce yourselves, talk about who you are, what your names are, what your ancestry and class are, your pronouns, where you might be from, and then we'll get into a little discussion about how you have all gathered today.
Who's starting?
I think we should go around the table.
Somebody.
We're going clockwise.
I think so.
Thank you, Rich.
Only right. I'm looking out for you.
I will take this on.
All right.
Okay. We're just quick description?
Whatever you want. It's up to you.
Okay. I love going first. I'll be playing Enoki, a underborn fungal druid. He is, I guess he, him, if we're going pronouns there. He is we're gonna go with like 6.5 foot tall, very nature oriented. He's got fungus on him, little mushrooms sprouting. He walks with a long staff, leather armor, lots of pouches, lots of different things on him. He is just,
He's huge.
you know, he's big. He's a big guy. But he is just, you know, kind of just a weird, I don't know. Like, this guy definitely crawled out of the woods. Definitely.
It's a good vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, technically crawled out of a cave, but little woods cave.
Woods in the cave.
Yeah, yeah. So, that's what we're gonna go with. Cool. Your turn.
Awesome.
Pass it on.
Are we saying? Did you say your name?
I said Inoki.
No, you're.
I did not say my own name.
Okay.
Garrett playing Inoki.
Hi, I'm Rich, and I'm playing Dunal. Dunal is a human ranger, order-born ranger. And he is kind of a gruff, but like a welcome, well-lived kind of gruff. And he's about like his mid-40s. He's a gentleman, and he is a wheat farmer in town that we are beginning in the horse neck. Yes, and he travels when he needs to hunt with his trusty best friend named Dockside, and that is a pharaoh hound of the tan variety, and yeah, he lives a simple life.
All right.
Now, did you say wheat or weed? You know, it was a little.
Is that you or the character talking?
I mean,
He only comes out of the cave for some weed. I say wheat.
Wheat.
Boring.
Olivia?
Okay. Hi, my name is Olivia. I am playing a 3-foot-tall ribbit bard named Justice Pius. His pronouns are he, him. He is also an orderborn. Justice Pius, you can call him Pius for short. He is like freshly 18. He's a young little frog. Speaking of young, he is also a young morning lord from the Church of Lathander. And he is on his mission to introduce others to the light of Lathander and welcome all of them into his light. That's what's going on with him.
Wow.
Praise the sun.
can I interest you?
Could I interest you in
Oh man.
the Book of Lathander?
Cool. Anyway,
Nate said I have the spotlight, okay?
and never on set. So I am Nathan, if you don't know me. I am playing the Miseros, the son of nobody. He is a banished prince, and he wanders alone. Yeah, no, come on. Come on, what do you gotta say?
Keep going.
Rich didn't finish session
Cool.
0. You
I missed this.
You missed this.
He is a banished prince who stole some riches from his father's hoard to give to the desperate poor people in his kingdom. And not only was he forced to kill his accomplice, he was banished. Every memory of his family was erased. Well, really, just that's a lie. The memory of their faces and their names. He remembers every moment that he ever spent with them, but if he saw them on the street, if he heard their name, he wouldn't know. Not only that, it's a cruel little joke from his father. He is being hunted down constantly by his father's forces.
That was a little dark.
Yeah. Way to bring the vibe down.
Yeah, no, you're welcome.
Wow.
No, we got a fucking balance now.
Nothing can ever go
you-
wrong. Everything is always great.
What type of? I heard Miseros, but what type of? Like race?
That's important.
Or I don't know. What
I'm
they call
a
it?
Dracona.
Dracona rogue.
Okay.
Yeah,
Very cool.
Okay.
I'm, scandalous.
Okay.
That's what they call us youngins.
No, we're all men.
Yeah, men.
Hello, brothers.
Men. Okay. Well, So you have, for reasons I think we should discuss and maybe sort of allow to evolve naturally, you have all found yourselves in a local establishment known as the Sickly Captain. Now, as I mentioned earlier, Horseneck is a town on a harbor, a bay, and it sees a lot of traffic coming in and out, boat and small ship traffic. It is not a port town that does a lot of exporting or importing, but it tends to be a safe haven from when there's stormy seas. It tends to be a place that people sort of stop over. It's nicely tucked up deep into the harbor. So if you need to make your way up into the continent of Emberfell, this is a nice way to gain some sort of advantage on having to travel too far by land. So we often see a lot of travelers coming this way. The Sickly Captain is a pub that is about a block in off of the main harbor front. And you have all found yourselves there for reasons I'll allow you to tell us. Why are we here?
Who's asking?
Well, I think we can all just kind of talk to each other. I mean, we're sitting at a bar table, and maybe we just sort of evolve into a more immersive story by establishing our sense of place.
Nope. I meant who's asking.
And
Way to
Nathan's
not
off
yes
to...
and. Damn.
Nope.
Wow. Okay.
I'm like a voice in the sky, Misaros.
He's in your head, actually.
Yes.
I think
The old
I
way.
would have. I worked a nice, long, hard day in the field today, and I came in for a nice drink and maybe like a steak or something. And I noticed a very interesting creature walk into the bar that I've never kind of eyed before.
Just call me a creature.
Howdy, partner.
Oh, not the country.
No, really.
You're a big guy, huh?
I am the big guy.
Well, goddamn.
God has nothing to do with it.
Oh, I didn't mean it like that.
Okay.
My bad.
Glad I'm not there.
Do you want a drink?
Are you buying?
I got you.
Oh, how nice of you.
Of course. Hey, Betsy.
You're fucking kidding, right? Sorry.
The name's Corforin.
I could have sworn your name was Betsy. Is there a Betsy here? Does she work?
Not the last time I checked. What can I do for you?
I'll get a water, and my boy here, he's gonna get a beer.
Well, all right. He kind of eyes you strangely and turns around for a moment and begins to prep your drinks.
Right.
Is there a table?
There are several tables in the
Can I
place.
just make my way? Like, is there a table that's empty right now?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna make my way over there.
What you have to realize is that Horseneck is a remote place. It's not a bustling town, so there's usually a few tables available. There's one over by the window, so you take up a seat at the table and plant
Bring
your
the-
massive...
I'll wait for this nice gentleman to...
What was the bartender's name? Sorry. Toddley.
Say again?
What's the
The bartender's name is Corforin.
Corford. All right. I bring the drinks over. Welcome to town.
Thanks. Are you, just friendly to everyone, or was it just...
Do you not get a lot of niceness from where you're from? Because this is pretty, run of the mill here in town. I mean, people are happy here. Are you not happy?
Oh, I'm happy.
All right.
I don't really know where I am,
Oh,
but...
you're in
Horse.
Horseneck.
Okay.
Yeah,
Horse neck.
Horseneck.
Okay. Alright. I just,
From you're sitting next to me, right? And from just around the back side of my stool, you can see this dog with really
Can I
pointy
pet that
ears like that.
dog?
Kind of just kind of trying to get a feel for you,
is it kind of poking out a little
Yeah, he's
bit?
kind of poking out a little bit.
So, is that a friend you got over there?
Oh, Dockside, what are you doing, buddy? That's my boy Dockside. Yeah. Love my life, truly. Love him. He's a good boy. You wanna pet him?
Can I pet your dog?
You can pet my dog.
Oh my god.
I kind of give him a little, and Dockside kind of like works his way over, and he like gifts you his head. Yes. And he kind of leans into it a little bit, and then goes back around to his side.
Metagame.
And you can see that Dockside, interestingly enough, doesn't like hide under the table. He actually keeps his eyes on the backside of Dunal. Keeps a watch.
It's a fine
We're not going to get that granular.
creature you have there.
Well, thank you very much.
Good friend of yours?
My best friend, truly.
I love animals.
I love animals. Wow.
That's great.
It's really nice. Means someone appreciates wildlife like that, man. You know, I think all life is sacred.
I couldn't agree more. Nature, animals,
Yeah.
fungus.
Oh.
Core friend, I'm gonna flick just 2 silver pieces at you on the bar. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing okay.
Yeah?
What can I get for you?
It's 2 beer. 2 blah blah. Can't speak. 2 beers, please.
2?
Yeah. Yeah.
Turns around, begins to prepare a couple of ales. Nice, like silvery, pewtery like mugs.
Yeah.
Pulls them down, puts them up on the bar, and hands them to you.
Thank you, brother. How you been?
Been pretty okay. How about you?
Safe.
There's
Safe is
a couple of rumors going around right now, so kind of keeping my ears open. I heard there's going to be an announcement this afternoon sometime from the town.
Oh, I better flee.
Say again?
I better flee.
No, nothing of that sort. Just something that's happening back west, and they're going to take some precautionary measures. Doesn't have anything to do with you.
Okay. All right. Well, see what it's about. Thank you. I'm gonna grab my 2 beers and whip around to you. Boy with the water. Boy
Howdy,
with
partner.
The water.
You are dressed very nicely.
You're gonna drink beer.
You're a funny man.
No, I take myself completely seriously.
Now-
You're gonna drink beer?
At this,
That's weird. I'm gonna clunk it down in front of you.
Dockside begins growling at you, but you see Dunal kind of likes to take a more diplomatic
Your dog
approach.
don't like beer?
Sober companion.
My friend, he doesn't like a little hostile nature of
I'm
people.
gonna whip like a stale cracker out of my pocket and just like flick it to him.
He does. He smacks it out of the way.
Wow.
That's
I give him Dockside a pat. Hey, you're all right, boy.
dog.
You're good. You're good.
dog.
This is a friend here. Ain't he a friend?
sure.
You from around here?
You said
Okay.
you don't know what you're doing.
Okay.
No,
How'd you get here?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
How the hell does somebody end up somewhere and not know? Just curious. Just poking for fun.
Well, see me. So I might have consumed something that I don't really remember. I like to try different plants.
So what?
That's really nice.
Weird. What don't you remember?
What don't I remember?
Yeah, or maybe that's too complex. What do you remember?
I remember where I'm from. I don't know where I am now.
Wow. Do you
I don't
know
know.
me? Was that a personal attack?
Wait, what?
Well,
know
guys,
where
my
you're from.
pappy used to always say,
Why?
if you don't know where you're going,
Why is he
it's
so
time to
hostile?
sit down and
What
have
did
a
I
cup of
say?
tea. Why don't we get some tea instead of beers?
Seriously, don't remember.
The beer's pretty good.
The beer's good for you? All right, I find that tea kind of leads the way. That's
We
kind
can
of how I
have
live my
tea.
life. You want some tea?
Sure.
I'll get you some tea. I'll get up. I'm going to go get some tea. Hey, Corfrin,
Yes, sir.
not Betsy.
Thank you.
Could I get 3 teas of the green variety?
Can I get a shot in mine? I'm gonna flick another silver piece straight onto the bar.
Green tea shot?
Grabs the coin and kind of taps it twice on the bar and kind of gives you a nod and
Thank
turns and looks at you and he goes, "Not sure I have the green variety, but I'll I'll see what I can get for you.
I'll take your favorite house special, friend.
It'll take me a few minutes to get the water boiling. Why don't you grab a seat? I'll bring them over when they're ready.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
It's coming right up, guys. I gotta ask though, my friend. You seem. Listen, when I talk, I would like to be heard. All right. What's going on here, friend? You know, you're a young man. You're coming in here with a lot of chutzpah, and you know, can I offer some assistance?
No, I just jumped the gun on something. Sorry.
Okay. All
Jumping the gun?
That's cool.
Yeah.
That happens, man.
I kind of woke up here.
Okay. But you
So-
remember where you're from. You remember
Yeah.
everything up to.
So it seems like you're familiar with this place.
I live here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why would you?
Do you
live here?
do you know how far we would be from Elder Grove?
Elder Grove. You see, Elder Grove is quite a ways away, friend. It's about it's the middle of the continent. You know what I mean? About 10 days travel.
Wow.
You're kind of on the eastern side of the continent, southeast actually.
Yeah, I don't really remember.
Well, that's okay, friend. Did you get hit?
Took a hit of something.
This is maybe.
You mind if I inspect your head for possible head trauma?
Who
My guess.
Who are you?
I get up
No.
and I'm
Hold
gonna
on.
kind of
What's
like
happening?
I'm gonna
What is
like
going
move
on?
aside the nice like dreads of moss he has on his
Yeah,
head.
moss
You
and
know,
kind of vines.
kind of
and
inspect to
stuff.
see if there's been some sort of head trauma.
Just dive on into his scalp over
Well, first of
here.
all, how do you feel about this? 'Cause
Oh, I said it was okay.
you're okay with this?
Consented.
Cool.
yeah,
He
cool.
consented.
I consented.
He consented. Well, you know, it's Dunlay, right?
Doodle.
Doonal. Sorry. Doonal is sort of pretty, I think, persistent about this and kind of spends a little bit of time combing through all your locks of moss and vegetation.
Dockside helps as well. He kind of like stands up, kind of tall, just sniffs around and whatnot. Does his best to help.
You know, up and around in the head area, you do notice that there is a sort of a contusion, like there's a lump back there. So it does, and it doesn't look like it's infected. It doesn't look like it's like red or anything like that. But he's got a pretty significant lump on the back of his head.
Weird.
How's that feel, friend? As I applied the tiniest little bit of pressure to it.
You feel a small amount of pain.
It's a little tender.
Oh, we're still tender.
Excuse me. Hi. Justice Pius. Nice
Hi.
to meet you.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm wonderful. How are you?
I'm doing
I see
great.
one hand in my.
Yeah, this is
head
why it's
right
like on your
now.
head. Yeah.
Like,
Are you okay? Would you mind? I'm sorry. Justice Pius. Nice to meet you.
hi.
Hi. Are you? Is he okay?
Well, he's got a little contusion in his head. You see.
Would you
so-
mind if I maybe just? Do you mind if? I'm gonna walk up behind. How tall are you? Are you sitting?
I'm sitting.
Okay, I'm gonna walk behind,
I kind of stand back and,
and I'm
like,
just kind of reaching my hands up, and I'm like, would you just mind if I pray over you really quickly,
wow,
please?
this is beautiful.
Okay, I'm just gonna stand with my hands on his head,
You're an incredibly helpful person.
and then I'm just kind of mumbling under my breath mildly.
Incredible. Look at this. It just walks around helping people. This is
Well,
beautiful.
my
The bartender.
Yeah.
Human,
Bartender's a half elf male.
half elf male.
Yeah.
What's with? I mean,
is this seat taken? I see that you have an extra
Take a seat,
one, but
please,
thank you,
take a seat.
thank you. And I'm gonna come and I'm gonna. Sit
Would you like
down.
some tea?
That would actually be lovely. Thank you for your hospitality.
Corfrin, can we make it 4, friend?
Sure.
Justice Pius?
I think he likes me.
Stand down.
Okay.
is this normal? Like
I've never met any of these
You're-
people in my
Oh,
life.
I'm new.
man and dog. Frog,
Ribbit.
frog,
Yeah.
dragon guy.
Yeah, we don't get a lot of you folks, but I've heard stories, and I'm a traveler as well, so I've seen some interesting people. I've never seen someone like you before.
I didn't catch your names. What's your name?
I'm Doonal.
Dunal.
Oh, the guy here is Dockside.
Oh, nice to meet you.
You
I'm
see-
gonna give him a little pat.
You see Corfrin approach as you guys are having this exchange with the tray and begins to put down saucers and cups that are sort of slightly spilling over onto the edges of the cups, and there's clearly a nice, hot, fresh tea in there, aromatic in nature. He kind of turns to you a little bit, and then he pulls out a small snifter, and he just kind of like pours a little bit of brandy in the tea and puts that one down in front of you.
I'm gonna hand him a gold
kinda-
piece with a piece of wheat on top of it.
Piece of wheat.
Like the gold piece and a piece of wheat.
Yeah.
So
I'm holding. I have like I put my hand out for Dockside to like smell my smell. Is he? Does he
Dockside
take
likes
that well?
he knows that I like your vibe
Okay.
and he likes your vibe.
So I'm gonna put one hand kind of under his head, and then I have the other hand on top, and I kind of get very close, and I whisper a little saying, and at the very end I kind of do the little like over his forehead, his eye bones.
Oh, look at that, Dockside, yeah! You got christened.
So,
Oh, yeah.
Justice.
What is?
Pious. You may call me Pious.
Pious?
Why?
That's my name.
Inoki.
Oh,
Inoki.
nice to meet you,
Very
Noki.
cool name.
Thank you.
Why just by last name?
You?
Oh no, Pious is my first name. Everybody in my town,
Justice.
you know, once you reach a certain age, you get Justice in front.
Oh.
Pious.
I think you like this town.
I just got here.
This is a
You?
very, order-filled town.
I was sent here
Your name?
because of that.
Oh, very cool.
I'm on a mission.
Miseros.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wait, sorry. Misos?
Mis Ros.
Mis Ros.
Se Ros.
Miseros.
The
Are you
tea's
okay,
the tea's at the
friend?
table, right?
The tea is at the
Tea's at the
table.
table.
Said
Yes.
the F word way too soon.
Inoki.
I'm sorry if I might
I'm
be.
gonna kind of reach up on like
Continue,
you know
sorry.
back of my neck, and I'm gonna break off a piece of fungus. I'm gonna put it down on the table, and I'm gonna pull out a small dagger. I'm gonna start cutting it up.
He's eating himself.
Wow.
Kinda,
I love
A
that you're
true
very self-sustainable.
survivalist, yeah.
kind of smash it up a little bit, add it to the tea. Kinda
Well, I
stir it
think,
around a
I
little
think
bit.
like some
Would you
teas
mind
are
if
good
I
the way they came.
try some of that in my tea?
Do you, when you do this, hang on one second, I'm sorry. When you do this, number one, does it increase the aroma? Does it change the smell? Is there any reaction to the hot water and this thing that you chop up and put in there?
I would definitely imagine so.
Explosion.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Just looking for a little bit more of a visual on that.
Yeah, and I'm thinking definitely a little more earthy, like you know. Sure. You want some?
Yeah, I would love to try something from your culture. And I kind of pour. I'm very close.
I
to
think
you.
there's a little bit still left on the table. I'll, you know.
Nothing brings people together more than tea, I find.
I like tea.
Actually, I'm not sure, but I could present a reading that also kind of brings people very close.
Oh, what kind of reading?
It's from, and I pull into my little satchel that I have. That's all I have is like a sling bag over my shoulder. And I kind of rummage in. There's very few items in here, and I pull out the Holy Book of Lathander.
Can I get another
Cool.
shot?
You can pick a page at random, and I can read a verse.
I got
So
you
this
covered.
is your mission. This is your thing.
Well, you know, he fills the soul of those who, you know, burn with new ideas and inspirations and words for those that'll listen.
You know, my friend,
Would you
I'm
listen?
not the religious type. I don't
That's
think so.
okay. That's okay. But like, there's something in here for everyone.
But if you feel the need to do this, I would love to hear it.
So wait, you're
Corfin comes over and drops another shot down
a
in front
little
of you.
ahead.
Cool.
Did,
Handing him a coin.
about my head.
I would like to help his head first.
oh,
Did you
of
find-
course.
Can I pull out a little bit of like aloe vera?
Anything?
Absolutely.
I'm gonna pull out a little bit of aloe vera. I'm gonna have Dockside kind of like nip it so it's open. I'm gonna squeeze it out onto my hand, kind of like rub it in. I got you, friend. I do this a lot. I kind of start like massaging it into the. All right.
Where I'm from, we're always told to always aid those around us. Anybody that could need any type of healing, might be in a little bit of pain. It's just something that we do. Some kind words.
Incredible.
Okay.
My
love to
culture
see
also
it.
does just being a good person.
Yeah.
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 It's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
As you guys are all kind of interacting and having this experience, you're enjoying your tea, and it's going to take me a little while to get the names down right, but Doonal, you're massaging this material into our Inoki friend here,
It feels good.
and the door of the pub flies open, and this human gentleman walks in, and he's like, Corfin, town crier's going to speak. You might want to shut it down.
What is it? Town crier?
Yeah. Corfin kind of looks around. Now there's you guys here. There are two people at the bar, and then there's one older gentleman that's sitting at a table in the corner. It's not a very crowded place right now. Gorfin kind of looks around and he kind of says, "You guys care to hear what the town crier has to say? Maybe we could."
Oh, I'd love to.
It's really interesting. We should probably check it out.
I'll lock up for a moment and then we can all come back. Is that all right? Mm-hmm. I'm
Tea
curious.
might get cold.
Can
but
I
it's
take
fine.
my tea with me?
Could I take my tea with me as well?
Why not?
Thank you.
Thank you.
So you guys kind of get up from your seats with your tea.
The tea with you.
And out the door you go, and it's only about a block and a half to the center of town. There's a town square. Now, everything sort of radiates out in a circular pattern from this point, and there is a small grassy region in the center of this circular area. There is a platform there, and it's obvious that this is used to sort of make public announcements.
We have a live trickle.
You done with the trickle now?
No, it's
Sorry, I'm interrupting a trickle.
It's a,
oh
it's
my
a fizzy
God.
trickle.
It's like
Don't
3
know how
lashes.
Thrud does
Trickle.
it so
Yeah, I know.
I don't know,
In our
it's
other game,
crazy.
Thrud does a real good job at the ASMR on the floor. I know.
I can never match it. I tried.
It
I
was
think you
fizzy.
did a pretty good job.
Okay.
Yeah.
It started out pretty good.
Now, does this mean that
Special.
what's your character's name again?
Inoki.
Inoki is currently peeing himself.
Inoki's. Okay,
You don't know.
you don't know that. All right.
I'm standing way in the back.
Yes. So you guys gather. There's a large crowd of people gathering in this square, and you see standing near this podium on the platform a human male. He's wearing a sort of it's not like a tricorn hat, but he looks like he's wearing an official's hat. His brim curls up at the edges. There's a band of gold around it, and he's holding in his hand a scroll of some sort. He's kind of watching people filter in. He's waiting as people scurry down the various streets and alleyways from the different directions. And about a minute and a half later, you guys are all sitting there sipping your tea. A minute and a half later, he kind of begins to sort of he rolls out the scroll, and he's like, "This is an official announcement from the administration of Horseneck. There will be an official curfew put into place starting immediately. Anybody on the streets after dark will be detained and questioned. The reason for this is because the town of Tortuga appears to have been abandoned, or we're not sure why, but there are rumors circulating that something's going on. So for our own protection, even though we are a considerable distance away, for the protection of our citizens, we will be calling you in as it gets dark. Any questions about this, you can address the Central Court. Also, you should know that the Keymaster located at the Central Court would be interested in any parties that might be willing to help work for the city during this difficult time in possibly addressing some needs that we might have in getting questions answered. So see the Keymaster if you're curious about that. Otherwise, we'll be patrolling tonight. Be careful. Have a good evening."
Thank you.
I kind of give a little.
And so he kind of rolls the scroll up, steps down off of there. A couple of citizens kind of walk up to him and start to talk to him, but otherwise the crowd begins to disperse.
Well, it seems like, they're having trouble over there in Tortuga.
Yeah.
It's a shame. Never been over there myself, but I hear it's a nice place.
Now it is about 3:00 in the afternoon, so as you go back with your teacups and the bartender and you head back into the pub, a few more people file in. It almost seems like this has sort of struck a chord with people, and time for maybe an early drink, knowing that they can't go out tonight. So the pub does begin to sort of see a crowd.
Incredible. Would I notice any of my laborers that help me work on my farm? And the young high school gentlemen I employ?
Would you normally would they normally hang out in the pub?
Yeah.
Then I think you would, sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Xander! Come on over, bud.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. How was working today?
That wasn't bad, and the weather's, holding out okay. Kind
Yeah.
of tired. Thought I'd surprised at this announcement that they made, though.
Kind of crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Thought maybe get an early drink and maybe chat with some people, see if I could hear what was going on.
Well,
You know anything?
I don't know much. I heard it's about Tortuga. There's something going on over there. Maybe they got missing.
Well, the rumor has it that the whole town just emptied.
Interesting.
Like overnight, there was just nobody there.
Everybody just packed up and left.
Well, I don't know, but no one seems to know where anyone is. I mean, that's all I heard. Now, I don't know if that's for real, but...
Now you know what Dockside's thinking.
No, I don't.
He's thinking we're about to go sniff around and find out what's going on.
Oh, well. Now, are you talking to...
Yeah.
Yeah.
They know that, like, I go out with the dog, and people ask me to track. And
Gotcha.
these kind of
Gotcha.
jobs.
So you and Xander as a pair... not Xander, sorry. Dockside.
Yeah.
Xander's the guy you're talking to. You and Dockside as a pair are kind of inseparable.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
He's actually one of the best breeds for hunting and tracking.
So for the rest of you, like, I would say that for Inoki, given that you're suffering this amnesia, and you're not sure exactly what you're doing here, this situation probably doesn't override the current situation you have. But I don't know, maybe it does. But what about the other two? What about the rest of you in terms of this announcement? Like, how does it strike you?
I don't know where Tortuga is.
Where is it?
Would I know
Tortuga?
what Tortuga is?
You've done a fair bit of traveling.
Yes.
So I would say you do. I mean,
Okay.
you know that Tortuga is about and you would know this also, that Tortuga is about 4 days travel to the west.
Okay.
I'm already on my way to the Keymaster.
Oh,
You just left the pub.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who else
You guys
did
noticed that
I-
Misaros, the Dragonborn, has ditched.
so
Well, the
His-
thing is, some
As-
people are on their own journeys,
as they kind of Irished goodbye, I am just kind of, I'm going to look down and I'm going to say, I shall let all of those who dwell in dark feel your light. Morning Lord, hear my prayer. And just say that to myself as they leave.
Hey, Xander,
Yeah.
this is my friend Pius.
Oh, nice to meet you, Justice Pius.
It's a pleasure.
Oh, must be.
Inoki.
Hello.
Howdy.
Guys, Xander works on the farm when I'm busy out doing jobs or I got to take care of stuff around the house. He's a great wheat cutter.
Oh.
I do a good job.
He handles a sickle.
And I got to tell you, Donald pays really well.
Well, thank you for sharing. Appreciate that.
Takes good care of his people.
Yeah. If you guys ever need work, the farm is always open.
Would you say that he ensures, like the life of the farm?
I think Xander is a very important part of our ecosystem. Yeah.
I appreciate that. Fertility is a really big thing back where I'm from.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
In self
What
and
do you
land.
guys grow down there?
Oh, everything. We are very self-sufficient.
Incredible.
We do have our own
That's
little
awesome.
supply of wheat there as well.
You got your own little supply
We
of
do
wheat?
have our own little supply of
I
wheat.
love to see it, man. Wheat's a beautiful thing, especially blowing in the wind. Ain't nothing
Yeah,
like it. Ain't nothing like it.
Sitting out there with a good book like this book, and I'm going to
good
bring
book.
back out my book.
Hey, listen, like I said, I'm not the religious type.
That's okay. I'm going to flip it open and just start reading to myself as I sit at the table.
So
Why are you laughing? You're not here.
the loud one.
Yeah. Oh,
We lost that one.
the dragon. It looks like he was on his own journey. I think the man's got a lot to deal with. Got a lot of demons. I get it. I get it from someone who's lived a life. I get it. But my pappy always used to say, right? When the crow starts cawing, it's time to knock 2 points together and get going.
I'm going
You know
to
what I
write
mean?
this down. I'm jotting it on the margins of my book.
Everything that he's saying.
Yes, that saying I jot it down in my margins.
Nice.
Did you just fucking make that up?
That was brilliant. Wait, what did your grandpappy say?
When the crow starts cawing, it's time to knock 2 coins together and start going, baby.
I don't know.
It was 2 coins together where I was like, that shit was made up on the fucking spot.
I don't know what you just said.
It means I truly live my life by that. My pappy had a lot of quotes.
Wow. I love that.
Was that your quote? Yeah,
Yeah.
perfect.
You're
It's in the
fucking
margins of
crazy.
my book.
All right.
Well,
Would y'all mind if I popped over to Misaros?
Of course.
for a second. So you headed over to the Central Court, which you've been in town long enough to know where that is.
Right.
Do you think your character has met the Keymaster before? I would assume you are you living in. You're not living
Passing
there.
by.
You're passing by.
But I get used to cities very fast.
Okay. So, once in Central Court, there are a few signs on the walls that point you in different directions. The Keymaster is a very prominent position in the town of Horseneck, given the way people live there. And so, in the door, right into the central lobby, there's a right-hand turn. There's a sign that says Keymaster. You work your way down this hallway, 2 doors in, and there's a door that's flung open. And as you sort of round the corner, you see the most bizarre sight. Not having seen him before, Keymaster Torpal is this massive, slovenly human male who is wearing a shirt that is entirely too small and actually stops right below his breasts. His whole midsection hangs out, and there is this very clear but disturbingly poorly made tattoo in his belly region. And he's kind of like, as you're walking in the door, he's turning around and he's got 3 rings of keys that he's organizing on hooks on the wall. And as you look up onto the wall, you notice that every wall in this room, from almost the floor to the ceiling, are a series of pegs with either rings of keys, singular keys, entire rods that hold individual keys. And everything has these small little tags and accession numbers on it. And he waddles around the room and he looks over at you and he's like, "You an appointment?"
I'm walking straight in. I notice all these things out of my periphery. I am dead set on the eyes. I walk up, pull out my sword, I throw it on the ground. I say I want to offer my services, and I know 3 people who would help me.
Oh, well, that was fast.
Yep,
I don't think that announcement was made 10 minutes ago.
fast mover.
Well, here's the story. I got a couple of things for you. So, first of all, you heard the news about Tortuga. Well, that's a pretty dangerous journey, I'm not gonna lie. You got all kinds of things that could potentially happen to you. So we'll pay you well, but we're basically looking for information on what happened there, a potential solution to the problem if you can figure it out. And I personally, would like you to bring back the head of an individual named Draven Barlow.
Oh, great.
No questions asked. I love your
Done.
kind. I love your kind.
Thank you.
I'm gonna pay you in a chest of gold.
Fucking perfect.
All right.
Shit.
So several things I'm gonna require in order to pay you your chest of gold.
Right.
Number 1, the head of Draven Barlow. That's half the chest right there, pal.
Draven Barlow.
Draven Barlow.
Yeah.
And Draven Barlow, he's kind of the head of an organization called the Marrow. They're
Yeah.
a bunch of shithead thugs that nobody can stand.
Hold on a second. I gotta write this down.
Go ahead, take your time. I got keys to organize. I got stuff to do. So he kind of goes back and he's pulling keys off the desk, putting them up there. He's like, "Wait a minute, what's your name anyway?"
The Miseros.
Miseros. You're not from here.
Nope.
You don't live in town?
Nope. I was just passing by. Helping out.
All right, well, I appreciate
something.
that. Although I'm a little reluctant to give a chest of gold away and taking away some of the town's resources. Maybe if you solve this and I pay you, you'll think about staying on. We've got a good deal running right now on the fees associated with membership in the city.
I don't really stay anywhere for long.
Well, it's a nice place to
But
live.
as for trust, I mean, I'm not gonna be using that gold for anything bad. You know that I forget his name. Funny story. That one Dracona king, don't even know where. It's like pretty kind of asshole kind of guy. Very wealthy.
From?
No idea. Well, this continent at least.
Wow, that narrows it down a
Yeah.
lot. No.
Yeah. Okay.
Not sure. As you're talking to him, you can't help but notice that this tattoo of this woman, his navel is her eye.
Oh, yikes.
And it almost appears like the woman's face has this, like, all of his hair on his belly kind of like populates her whole and you just
Could have been worse.
For a moment, though, as you're looking, he sees you looking, and he kind of like shifts away. It's clearly that he's self-conscious of it.
Big yikes.
Big
And I'm sort of just like looking down at this, and I'm like, yeah, well, it doesn't matter. Long story short, I stole a bunch of gold from him. I gave it to the poor, suffering individuals of his city because he was treating them like shit. So if anything, I get this chest of gold. It goes to good things. So
fair enough, but I'm going to tell you right now that this isn't exactly, a one and done deal. I don't know who you are. I appreciate him. He's writing your name. How do you spell that anyway?
M-I-S.
M-I-S.
E-R.
E-R-O-S. O-S. You got a surname? Miseros.
I call myself the son of nobody.
The son of what?
The son of nobody. I don't really remember.
You're an interesting fellow. All right, son of nobody.
Speaking of names, what was that guy's again? The one I'm gonna get his head.
Draven Barlow.
Draven
Barlow.
Anything else relevant?
Well, one other relevant thing is since, you're just one person with three, anybody else comes in, I'm going to offer them the same thing.
Cool.
I got one chest.
One chest.
First person to give me that head gets it.
Amazing.
Give me that head.
And is he this Draven guy?
Dangerous.
Dangerous?
Yeah.
Cool. Never mind.
I'm not gonna lie.
He's from?
What?
He's from Tortuga?
No, I would say that if you asked Draven, he'd tell you he was from nowhere. He runs this band of the Marrow. He runs a band of thugs called the Marrow, and they are all over the Stegador Peninsula.
Gotcha. So, sort of like a suspect number one.
Well, no, not in this. This is a separate issue. This is personal.
Oh, gotcha.
This one's personal. Now, if you find that Draven Barlow is somehow connected to the disappearances in Tortuga, well, that's a double whammy. Maybe
double gold?
I don't know about 2 chests of gold, but I might be able to sweeten the pot a little bit.
Yeah, okay. Cool. Great. If there's anything else I need to know, tell me now. I'm actually, I've picked up, something off his desk that I vaguely thought could write, and I'm just scratching it into, a piece of paper.
Okay.
It's not even leaving a mark. I can just read the impressions.
Yeah, there's probably a piece of rusty metal on his desk that you reached for, and so it's scratching and staining the paper.
Right. Cool.
All right, Miseros, son of nobody.
Yeah.
Best of luck to you.
Cool, thanks.
You should be off in the morning, I would suspect, but let me know if you hear anything.
Yeah.
I got to get back to work now.
Wonderful.
He kind of starts to waddle over and keeps going about his business, organizing and writing, and you leave Central Court.
I'm like, how the fuck? Is there anybody on the way out?
Do you see anybody on the way out?
Yeah,
There's a couple of people inside the Central Court just kind of finishing up business for the day.
I'm like, how the fuck does he keep track of all of those? And as I'm walking past, I don't even wait for an answer.
Okay, well, there is one woman who's kind of scurrying by, and she kind of has an armload of slates and stuff, and she kind of looks over her shoulder at you and just kind of keeps on going.
Yeah. I'm making my way back to them.
Okay.
So, as they walk back in the bar, we're just kind of all sitting around, looking at this book that is happening, because it seems to keep getting pushed. So I feel like that's what would have been happening.
Right.
Got it. All right.
I'm gonna walk up and be like, "Hey."
Oh, hello.
Oh, welcome back, friend.
Do you like killing?
Well,
Killing?
Killing in what terms?
If it were strictly necessary or otherwise for money.
Well,
let's say that they're a really bad guy. What's your guy's name?
Lathander.
Lathander would not approve of this guy. He does not help people.
Well,
He hurts people.
for death does come life
Right.
and prosperity, but I just must consider, the consequences of my actions.
You can consider along the way. That thing, the guy in the square was talking about where we're going. I volunteered all of you.
Well, thank
whole
you
chest
for
full of gold.
doing that ahead. I was going to do it anyway, but thank
Whole
you for
chest
doing
full
it.
of gold. If we find out what happened in Tortuga, and we kill this guy Draven Barlow, he's a real scumbag, runs this group of
Well, what do you
thugs
do?
called the Marrow. I don't know. He just said, "I'll give
Did
you
he
another
hurt
half of
others?
Yeah, absolutely.
Misa Rose, listen to me.
Yeah.
I would like, the opportunity to give let this man turn himself in and start a new life before ending his own. How do you feel about that? We just bring it up. We try to talk to him. If it goes south, then
Well, it's like half a thing of gold for his head.
Well, I'm sure they'd be happy
So
to get him
unless
alive.
you can like speak with dead or whatever, on his disembodied head, Hey, that rhymed. Huh.
Well, I've done these kind of missions before, and I like to offer some people a way to turn their life around. I've seen some people do it.
How about we'll cross that bridge when we get there? Convince me.
Duddle, I would say that you do know or have at least heard a little bit about the Marrow, because the Marrow is a syndicate that is pretty far flung across the Stegador Peninsula. Mm-hmm. And since you live there, you would have heard about people having run-ins with these thugs. They're a really, really strange band of very vicious, highly motivated and racist kind of group. And so you know them to be a really bad group of people. So while I appreciate your need to kind of, your potential need to bring this guy in alive, you do understand the gravity of the situation.
Totally. And I'll explain that to the folks, what I know about these people. With that being said, though, I think just before violence starts, we try to talk it out with them, maybe. See if we'll turn it around, I'm not trying. If they shoot first, obviously we're defending ourselves. Or if we see like it's violence, we're defending ourselves.
Or you can go all scripture, too.
In what regard?
Okay, never mind. This humor's wasted on you.
It's all right.
So,
What do you think, friend?
I don't know where Tortuga is.
Well, that's okay. We do. Want to come with us? Maybe you're
Maybe I'll remember something.
maybe you'll remember something. I like that. You get your body moving, your mind starts moving too. That's what I always say.
that is how physics works.
All right.
It is
Physics?
You want a hand?
your body.
What's physics?
Oh,
What?
my bad.
Well, do you want a hand?
A hand with
I'll
what?
come along if you want.
I would love for you to come, friend.
That's a weird set.
Are we going on a trip?
Let's go on a trip.
We're going on a trip.
What do you say, Dockside?
To Tortuga.
That was great. Okay. Do we leave now?
Yeah,
I would say this. Couple of things you should know. One, this campaign is starting off in what would be considered the autumnal time of the year. So it does get dark a little early, and it is a little bit on the cooler side. Now, you are in a southern region, so it doesn't get frigidly cold, obviously, at night, but it is a little bit cooler than it normally would be in the hotter months. Given that it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon at this point, you can expect the sun to be going down within the next 2 hours. So if you were going to leave tonight, soon would be good. Otherwise, you're going to be sort of curfewed in for the night.
We can stop by my place on the way out, grab some supplies. I got stuff packed for this kind of stuff. I'm always ready to go. Just rations and that kind of whatnot. Ammunition.
Hey, ammunition.
Beer. Why don't you like beer?
I don't carry beer in the household.
Like wheat or whatever.
I know. I supply it. Yeah,
Yeah, you supply it?
I supply the wheat.
You know,
I thought you were saying you made beer. I was going to say that's pretty cool.
Let's get moving.
Where?
To get supplies. We just
to your
talked about
house.
this. Yeah.
Right, sorry, I just wasn't listening.
I close up my book and I put it back.
It's all right, Frank. You might want to do that more, though. There's a lot to gain if you absorb what's around you. Come on, let's go.
All right. Corcoran sees you getting up from the table. He turns around and he's like, I want you all to be careful. And if I can do anything for you, let me know.
Thanks, friend.
All right, so you guys head out of the sickly captain And you lead them, Donald, to your residence. You want to tell us where that is and what that looks like on the way?
Yeah, so it's pretty much as you exit like the main hustle and bustle of the town, you come towards this kind of like coastline farm that's filled with wheat. It's decently sized, you know, and in the center of all that, there's this home that seems well lived in. It seems a little big for just a man and his dog, but you know, that could be for any reasons. But it seems, you know, like nothing too extravagant. You know, a content life, pretty much. There's a big tree adjacent to the house as well that has a one of them swings on it as well. Guys, this is my beautiful residence. You guys are guests here.
How far was the tree?
The tree's about 50 feet from the house.
I'm gonna go sit on next to the tree.
You wanna enjoy that, friend. I knew you would.
I'll go check out your tree.
Tell you the sunrise.
Oh, the sunrise? I watch the sunrise every morning.
I bet you do.
Start of a brand new day.
Incredible. Yes, it is.
Would you
A
like
brand
to
new
join
opportunity.
me? Would you like to join me?
Well, I think we got to get going,
so
but I'd love to watch the sun with you on the road.
Okay.
What is happening?
You can join us too.
Goody.
Do you guys mind staying out here? I'm gonna get some packs of stuff ready, and I'll come out in a few minutes. All right?
Sure.
I'm gonna sit down like on the. There's steps like it's a stoop like a porch.
Yeah, there's the benches around
Yeah, I'm
made
gonna
of
sit
stone
down.
and whatnot.
I'm gonna sit down.
Hey, keep watch on that tree. Make sure it doesn't go anywhere.
All right. So, Donald, you go inside. You begin to gather up some things. The rest of you are kind of gathered around outside, considering the notions of what you're about to do. Now, I think one thing that's interesting for Inoki's character, because I think that, you know, this notion of you not having a memory of what's gone on, you're sort of feeling hopeful in this situation. Because number one, you're getting out of town. And that means something to you, given what at least you know is your nature. And so you feel like this might be a chance for you to sort of, you know...
I'm not too comfortable with towns.
Yeah. Gaining back some of your memory is something you really need right now. Misaros, as far as you're concerned, I think moving on to the next place, given the amount of time that you've currently been in Horseneck, feels good.
Yes.
Feels appropriate.
Yes, absolutely.
And Pius, I would say that you see the potential to meet new people and sway them. And so there's like this really nice kind of like, yeah, so there's a general air of excitement, even though there is an ominous tone to the task at hand.
I can help
Right?
them.
There's an abandoned town that seems to be a mystery, number one. And number two, you have this bounty on the head of a very dangerous individual. All right, so I think we should take a break for a few minutes, and then we're going to pop right back on. So for those of you who are watching, we're going to take a short break so we can grab something to drink and do other things, and then we'll be back on imminently. But I hope you're enjoying what you're seeing so far. All right, we will be back soon. See you in a bit.
I know. Who wouldn't want to?
You know, these guys
that's-
really mess with me sometimes.
I'm ready.
Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome back.
All right, that was a much needed break, and I'm curious how this is going. If you're getting any lag in the stream, can you let us know in the chat, please? And hi, Elias. We're just coming back from break. Okay, so the now formed party, that is the four of you, has left Horseneck in the late afternoon. Right? So it's actually early evening, approaching dark, but off you travel. Now, I would say that, Donald, you know a couple of ways.
So I was gonna say, I know some paths around.
Yes, you know a couple of ways that you could get to Tortuga. The most common way is one of the roads west out of Horseneck goes directly to the town of Misthaven. This is another port town, basically on the opposite side of the harbor. All right, but it is a full day's travel away. So if you traveled through the night, this could definitely be doable by, I would say, early afternoon tomorrow.
Does that seem like the most economical journey?
Because it's by road, yeah, this leg of it, that is definitely the most economical. Now, coming up there, once you're in Misthaven, it is possible that you could take a boat across the harbor to connect with the Stegador Peninsula. You also know this route as well from some of your farming exploits.
Yeah.
Because from there, you can pick up a small shortcut that might save you, if you go by boat, it probably saves you about 6 hours travel.
I'd like that.
Okay.
So we'll start by going to Misthaven.
Okay. So, are you traveling through the night?
Yes.
All right. So, first of all, I would say that
Traveling through the night?
I don't like that.
Yeah. I know relatively safe ways. And I do it on a regular basis.
you would also know that this road from Horseneck to Misthaven is, I'm not going to say well-traveled, but commonly traveled. Yeah. And it is known as a road that is still within the bounds of something, I won't say safe, but you're not out in the middle of the wilderness.
Yeah.
You also know that the Meadow Cove Vineyard is about halfway between Horseneck and Misthaven. Now, this is one of the largest vineyards in Emberfell. And they sort of capitalize on about 25% of all wine sales in the entire continent. So this is a major, major production. Thousands of acres of land have been converted to vineyards. Plus, the land in this section of where the harbor comes in sort of sweeps in an upward direction. Not steep, but gently sweeps upward before where it caps off a good 3 miles in. But where it caps off, when it drops from that point on, you wind up in the Soundless Wilds. So it's sort of like the last grasp of space before one gets to rough wilderness.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, now